Good afternoon. Calling to order Clark County Council in council time, Wednesday, March 4th, 2026. We'll start with the roll call. Rebecca?
Counselor Young,
Here.
Counselor Belcott,
Present.
and Chair Marshall.
Here. Thank you. Are there any amendments to the agenda?
This is Kathleen. There are not any amendments, but I did just want to call out an edit that we made last Friday, which was 4.2 regarding the Tri-Mountain Golf Course. That will be moved to a future date when we have the full council available.
Great. I think that was a good idea to have us all here for that discussion. Thank you. And then public comment. Just a reminder to anyone who wants to comment that you're limited to 3 minutes and on agenda items only. Is there anyone?
Do you have somebody online? Caller, you've been sent a request to unmute yourself. Please do so and state your name for the record and go ahead.
Good afternoon, Kimberly Goheen Elbin. I wasn't quite sure how many council members were there, even though I heard it. I think Ms. Belcott and Sue Marshall are there. I don't know of anybody else. Anyway, speaking to the agenda 5.1, the proclamation of National Community Development Week for April 6th through the 10th, is recognition for helping those in need here in Clark County. I get that. But my concern and questions is how many individuals or families actually receive help, and what does that help look like? I'm hoping that when it does come around to April, when you, I guess, show this proclamation and stuff, that we see exactly who is getting help with all these millions and millions of hard-earned tax dollars. I say that it's mostly going to government employees instead of to actual help. So I'd like to see that. Show who gets the help. Are you helping the abused children, the elderly, the battered spouses, homeless persons, severely disabled people, illiterate adults, serving people with living with AIDS? Are you helping the migrant farm workers, which these are all low to moderate income levels and are listed under the limited clientele? And I have a concern, of course, are the hard-earned tax dollars going to the migrant farm workers that are here illegally and being harbored. So that would be one of my areas of concern. Have you helped the slum areas in Clark County? Don't know. There's 36 pages ranging from 1985 to 2020, but I don't see any new funded project reports. So I would like to see some new information from 2020 to today, 2026. So I'm going to be having a person that I know that has 2 children. He's low income, and I know that needs work on a mobile home that is on existing property. I'm going to track her journey as to the day that she applies for help and then actually receives it. We'll see how the money stream goes on that. For your 5.2, bees are essential. Our insects are essential. I've been saying this over and over again. We're killing them. In fact, the whole earth is hurting desperately. This should be actually #1 priority of all things. Everybody put your pocketbook down and help the bees. No pesticides or herbicides. They actually are killing the worms that make earth underneath. Roundup should be absolutely destroyed and thrown away and put somewhere. Stop using dryer bounce sheets. Think about it. Share this with your neighbors, because when you have 100 homes around in your neighborhood and you're all using dryer bounce sheets, those chemicals heat up. They go out into the air. They're not only hurting you, really, but.
Thank you for your comments. Is there anyone else? No one else. Okay, that concludes public comment. On to old business, 4.1, minutes of the February 25th, 2026 meeting. Is there any corrections? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Been moved. Thank
Second.
you. Moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. On to new business. 5.1 proclamation request, National Community Development Week. Hi, Jordan. Tell us all
Good
about this.
Thanks, Council. Good afternoon. For the record, Jordan Bogie, Policy Analyst. I've got two proclamations to bring forward today. The first one here, 5.1, is National Community Development Week. This comes to us from our community services folks. This is a proclamation that Council has done, I think, every year since I've been here with you all. And really what National Community Development Week is celebrating in Clark County is to highlight the impact of both the CDBG program, which is the Community Development Block Grant Program, as well as the Home Investment Partnerships Program. These are federal funds that the county receives to support a variety of different housing, infrastructure, and economic development, economic well-being projects. And I think we had one commenter note, we do have a historical document that talks about all the awards that have been given out in the county between 1975 and 2020. If you're interested in the awards that have been put out over the last 5 years, those all each have their own tab, and you can find those previous awards on the Community Services website. If you go to the Community Development Block Grant tab, and then it's kind of on the applications for fund page. If you go down to the bottom of that, they've got a list of all the previous awards. So for folks in the community that might be interested in looking at what's been funded in the county, you can see that there. But this request is really if council would like to do a proclamation again for the week of April 6th through the 10th. I will note to council that I believe we canceled the April 7th council meeting, and so we'd probably look to read this at the March 17th meeting, which is the final meeting before this week occurs.
Great, thank you. That sounds like a good adjustment to do it on the 17th. Are there any comments or general support for this proclamation moving forward?
Sure.
Go ahead, Counselor.
Would certainly support it. I think it is a good program. And when you tally those numbers up between home and CDBG, that's just shy of $100 million that's invested in our community. So happy to support this.
I'm
Thank
happy
you.
to support this as well. I think we just keep doing this every single year, and it's a great program. I'm very familiar with this and fully support it.
Great, thank you. And I support as well, so we'll move this one forward.
Thank you, council. Is there anyone that would like to volunteer to read this proclamation?
I'd be happy to do that, chairing the Irving County Policy Board.
Yep, that makes perfect sense. Thank you. And will there be someone in the community to receive this, or
I
we'll
will
hand it to
connect.
ourselves?
It'll either be a representative from community services, or it may be maybe we can get someone that's received either CDBG or home funding to join. I'll confirm that with our community services folks.
You know, that actually might be a good idea, and it would be great for them to take a moment to describe the program that had been funded and the impacts here locally.
I agree. Thanks for that idea, Jordan.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to B's.
All right. So the second proclamation request we've gotten comes to us. This is one the council, I think, has done at least last year, if not the last 2 years. This comes to us from the Vancouver Bee Project, and this is Pollinator Week, which this year is June 22nd through the 28th. And really it's highlighting, the county's promotion of environmental stewardship and the need for all of our local pollinators to help keep all of the beautiful blooming things flowering in our community and in the county, and celebrate all that pollinators do. And so this request comes before council again for your consideration, and we would have folks from the Vancouver Bee Project to come and talk about, to accept the proclamation and to talk about the work that they do if council is supportive of this proclamation again.
Okay, any thoughts from counselors?
Chair?
Yes, go ahead.
I would actually kind of like to see if maybe we can add some information to this. And that information would be, I think it would be helpful if we asked all of our departments what activities take place under their programming that would impact this. and any identified changes or policies that they can make to contributing to make a difference towards this crisis that we're experiencing. And maybe they could report that back to us, and we could add a whereas into this that would actually show the work and the efforts in all of our activities that we're making.
Okay, I have no objection to that, and might result in a now therefore be resolved item as well. Councillor Belcott, your thoughts?
That's fine with me. I'm sorry, I couldn't get myself off mute. That sounds fine to me.
Okay, so I think there are 3 thumbs up for this one. Is there someone who would like to read this one?
I wouldn't mind reading this one either.
Okay, that sounds good. Think they'll be in different months, so you won't be overtaxed on that. Thank you very much. Okay, so that's new business completed. Let's move on to councillor reports on any of the boards or commissions that we serve on. Does anyone have a report? Go ahead.
I have just one quick one, and it was relative to our previous conversation, but Urban County Policy Board, we finished our application scoring and submitted those on Monday of this week. So in the coming weeks, we will be identifying those that will be awarded grant funding, and I will keep everybody up to date with that process.
Does that come back to the council for final nod?
Yes, it does.
Great.
And just FYI, we had a lot of interest this year. We had 18 applications, which that's a great thing, but it's also difficult because there will not be enough funding for all 18 of those applications.
Great. Thank you for that update. There's plenty of need out there. Councillor Belcott, do you have anything you'd like to share?
No, I don't.
Okay, thanks very much. Moving right along, work session requests. Do we have any work session requests?
None today. Sorry.
Okay, thank you. All right, then policy updates, back to Jordan.
All right, counselors, a couple of items for you today. The first one is I wanted to give council an update on the Battleground Lake broadband expansion project. So as council will recall, a couple of years ago, council approved using ARPA funding to collaborate on a project with Comcast to add some high-speed broadband capacity northeast of Battleground Lake. That work has completed, and so that's really great news. So those folks, almost 500 homes have been connected with high-speed internet up there that previously did not have access to high-speed internet, based on the investments that the council made with those dollars and the partnership with Comcast. And just so folks know, I think originally we had been hoping to get just a little bit over 500 homes connected. I think the final total was 476 homes were connected, and there were, I think, about 30 or so homes where Comcast was not able to get the consent of the property owner to do work on their property. So they have the fiber running right up to the property so that if folks in the future would like to connect, it won't be a major construction project. It would just be linking it from that main fiber line up to the home. And so, I just want to thank all the county staff that have really been working pretty diligently to help support this project, and to Comcast for their partnership on that. But that has been something that council has been tilting at for a while. So I know all 3 of you have been here through this whole process and have seen it all. So it's nice to see that project come to completion.
Great, thank you for that. We have seen it all. And I believe this came under budget from what we initially thought it would be.
That is correct. Yeah. So originally, the original contribution from the county, I believe, was about $4 million. We were able to get that down to about $3 million from the county Comcast. We worked with them to find some efficiencies and savings, and saved about $1 million of ARPA funding that we were able to use. elsewhere at the county to finish this project. So that was good.
Great, thanks very much. And I know it's taken a lot of work to get this one forward, but during the COVID years, we really saw the extreme need to be able to be connected for all the services that we had to rely on through that internet. So thanks for that. Any other comments on this? Okay.
Chair,
Yes.
I actually have a little bit of follow-up as well. This isn't related to the Battleground project, but it is broadband related.
Good.
And so I also wanted to let council know that I found out just the end of last week that Washington State's BEAD application, so this is the Broadband Equity Access and Deployment program. These are dollars that come to us from the Jobs and Infrastructure Act that was passed back in 2021. And a lot of county planning and statewide planning, honestly, trying to connect up all the and underserved locations throughout the state. But that funding has been gotten final approval from the federal government, from the NTIA, the National Telecommunications and Information Agency. They have given their final send off of approval to that. And so $1.2 billion, that's with a B, will be coming into Washington State to deploy high-speed internet. To the goal is to get every and underserved location throughout the state over the next 4 years. And so we'll be following along with that process. There's a lot of private entities that have applied for that funding in Clark County, and we'll be doing some projects, and that will hopefully spur some other private investment. I know council has been approving some franchise agreements over the last several months as well with some different providers. And so hopefully that competition will help improve access and lower prices for consumers. And so really exciting that work also is now moving forward. And now we're going to be able to start getting some shovels in the ground across the county and across the state to start deploying internet everywhere. And there were some changes to that program. You may recall originally the priority was broadband fiber internet. And with the new administration coming in, they kind of changed it so that it was platform neutral. So I think it's about a third of broadband fiber, so like in the ground fiber internet, fixed wireless, which might be like, from a radio tower, a dish, kind of streaming broadband. And then the other third is satellite internet, which sometimes is the most cost effective way to do things in really rural areas as well, where it's harder to build out that infrastructure. So that's really exciting, and we can expect a lot of progress and a lot of folks to be getting connected to high-speed internet over the next few years in Clark County. So that's really positive news for us as well.
Great. That is really great news to hear. And more providers have stepped up. So also very good news. And I know there were a lot of steps involved with this that you and staff have been involved with. So there's been a lot of approvals along the way. So this is the final approval, and we can celebrate that. Any other comments from anyone?
Just would say 2021 and just now. It's a lot of work involving a lot of different moving parts. So glad to hear about it moving forward.
Yeah,
we
I
stayed-
think
Go ahead.
Councilor Medviji said that he was probably gonna be dead before it ever happened. So
Well,
he's still alive.
he's
Still
still
kicking.
alive. There's the good news on that front too. Okay, thanks for that. And then we'll move on to legislative updates.
Just a couple brief legislative updates for you today, Council. Wanted to let you know that earlier today, Senate Bill 5820 did pass the House. So this is the freight rail dependent use bill that takes out that clause that had allowed the county to do rail dependent uses along the railroad, the carve out. And so that now goes to the governor for his signature. But just want to let you know that has passed the House now as well as the Senate. And then really the only other big update is that the session ends a week from tomorrow. So we're going to see a flurry of activity, some final bills hitting the floor. And so be on the lookout for probably some email updates as some of those bills move forward, as things kind of shake loose at the end of the session. And then we'll be following along with the budgets as well to make sure that some of the things that we've tried to get funded, certainly whether we're able to get any funding for Vancouver Lake is still kind of up in the air, as well as just kind of the indigent defense funding that all counties have been hoping for. That was included in the millionaire's tax. We're going to kind of see if all of that is able to, whether that bill passes at all, and if so, whether there is money for counties for indigent defense purposes.
Okay, we'll stay tuned. Any questions from council? I don't see any questions. Thank you for that update.
Thanks, Council.
Okay. I guess we're ready to move on to executive sessions. We have two. 9.1 pending litigation, RCW 42.30.110, paren 1, paren little I, for 10 minutes, potential after action. And then 9.2 pending litigation, same RCW, for 5 minutes with potential after action. So that would be 15 minutes. I think that brings us to 1:40 with a couple minutes for us to get online. Okay, so we'll return after our executive session. Okay, council has returned from our executive session. Is there a motion on 9.1?
Chair, I move to approve the request for defense and indemnification of the following current and former Clark County employees: Sheriff's Deputy Christopher Fisk, Deputy Patrick Morgan, Deputy Edward Shin, former Deputy Christopher Freudenberg, former Sergeant Gregory Agar, and former Deputy Alec Langlois, individually named as defendants in the case of Leonid P. Krivolinkov et al. Versus Clark County et al., United States District Court, Western District of Tacoma, case number 26-CV-5046-DGE, pursuant to Clark County Code 2.97.025 and Clark County Code 2.95.090.
Thank you. Is there a second? Moved and seconded by Councilor Belcott. You're very faint, but I think we're turning your volume up there. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Is there a motion for executive session 9.2?
Chair, I make a motion to approve and accept on behalf of the county the settlement agreement in the case of in Clark County data security litigation, Clark County Superior Court case number 25-2-02214-06, and that the county manager be authorized to execute the same.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion carries. Thank you. That has concluded our agenda, and without objection, the meeting is adjourned.